On September 6th, 2022, I created my first real game using the Unity game engine. Obviously, this was not easy. It took lots of hard work, some 3D modeling, more hard work, a bit of intense programming, some music composition, and of course, more hard work. And yes, lots of crying alone in the bathroom. But I somehow still managed to finish the game. That's right, on January 7th, 2023, I finally uploaded my game to itch.io, which means I spent exactly 124 days working on this small game. So, was it worth it? Well, to answer that, let's go back to the beginning. Alright, so this wasn't my first attempt at creating a video game. A few months ago, I tried creating this cube puzzle game. My idea was that you control a cube, and you use that cube to push other cubes onto pressure plates to help you reach the end of the level. Easy, right? But my code was pretty bad, which basically made the whole game fall apart. Anyway, the point is, I speak from experience when I say that game development brings loneliness, lack of exercise, and of course, mild depression. So, is there a cure? Well, no, not really, but at least you can share the pain with a friend, which is exactly what I did. Oh, and this definitely didn't backfire on me later on. So I begged my friend to help me make a game, and for some reason he said yes. And then we used the good old GitHub plus Unity combo to share the game. Perfect. So, how does GitHub even work? Well, I don't know. All I know is that it lets you share your code with other people, and if it works, then it works. Anyway, after a few days of intense, hardcore programming, I got this prototype version of the game. I'm sure you're wondering, why did we decide to make a ball rolling game? Well, I didn't want to end up with another unfinished game, and making a ball rolling game seemed really easy. This game's main inspiration comes from Marble Madness and Super Monkey Ball. They're fun little games about rolling a ball. So at this point, the game had no main menu, no win condition, you had no way to die, oh, and the game looked pretty bad. So obviously, the next step was to add a bunch of clouds to my game. Back in the day, I didn't know how to 3D model, so I had to go watch these YouTube tutorials online. Watching tutorials seems to be the only thing that I'm actually good at. After lots of 3D modeling, I managed to make a donut. And this weird cloud-shaped thingy. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Anyway, after creating the user interface and doing a little bit of coding, the game was functional. Now, when you smash into the donut, you finish the level. Sweet. Get it? Because the donut is sweet? Okay, never mind. So, the game was still pretty boring, so I added some movement, because you know what Newton said? Movement just makes everything better. Alright, so then I modified the level a bit until I realized that this is pretty bad. I mean, just look at that. What is this thing even supposed to be? So I completely remade the level using my insane 3D modeling skills. I also created these rectangular prisms to decorate the level. Behold, the pinnacle of my 3D modeling career. Nice. Oh yeah, remember my friend who was supposed to make the game with me? Well, he left. Yeah. So then I had to work on the game's user interface, or UI for short. So I created a settings menu, a victory screen, a level information template, then I made more of them. I also made a screen for when you die, and this level starting screen. Alright, let's move on to the fun stuff, building levels. Since all the code was kinda working, and all the UI looked decent, it was time to start designing levels. Here's level 1. I tried to keep the first few levels pretty easy. If you can't beat this level, you probably just suck at video games. So in level 2, I added less sidewalls and a couple of giant objects. In level 3, I removed the sidewalls, but I also made the path a lot more narrow. This creates a huge spike in difficulty. I probably shouldn't have done that. In level 4, I introduced inclined surfaces and red enemies that destroy you instantly. I also created these cool particle systems to make the levels less boring. Then, in level 5, I added these moving platforms. And in level 6, I put a bit of everything. After getting these cool materials from the internet, I started working on level 7. In this level, all you do is go in a straight line. And finally, you have level 8. It's both the longest and hardest level. Good luck. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but this game is still pretty silent. So it's time to add some awesome music. To do this, I used GarageBand, which is a free music creation software. After a bit of research, I realized that it was pretty straightforward, and I actually made a few songs. I created some action music, this sad song, this cheerful beat, and this intense song. Nice. But the game was still looking very empty, which is why I added decorations to every single level. The decorations were all simple geometric shapes because I wanted to keep the game's simplistic vibe. I added these cool spikes in level 3. In level 4, I added a bunch of giant balls. In level 5, I created these cylinders. Level 6 got these giant capsules. I placed these giant cubes in level 7. And level 8 got these cool spike towers. Awesome. I also worked a bit on the main menu, and I have to say, it does look pretty good. At this point, the game was completely playable and had nice decorations. The last step was to create the game's icon. To do that, I used GIMP, which is a free photo manipulation software. I don't fully understand how GIMP works, but I still managed to make an icon for my game. It doesn't look that bad, right? With my game icon, I had everything I needed to export the game. Nice. The only thing left was to publish the game on itch.io. This was actually pretty fun. I really enjoyed customizing my game's page. Oh no. I did encounter a few issues with the browser playable version of my game, but after a bit of research, I got it to work. You can now play this game directly from your browser. Nice. So there you go. That's 124 days of game development. So was it worth it? Definitely. I learned so much along the way, and I'm really proud that I finally finished my first game. It feels awesome. I wish it didn't take so long to complete, but in case you haven't noticed, I also have a life. I have to eat, sleep, go to school, and of course, make YouTube videos. Creating videos does take a long time, but it's totally worth it. Anyway, if you want to play my awesome game for yourself, then check out the link in the video description. Also, I'm currently working on this little 2D platforming game, so yeah, look forward to that, I guess. Yeah, the video's done now. Bye.